we have a marketing question, which is what paid media has the best ROI? And first of all, to have any ROI, your marketing needs to be trackable. So you need to put some elements in place to track that. And I'll be sharing a little bit more information on how to track your ads coming up in a future question. And now, obviously, these aren't one size fits all answers because it all depends on your market. So someone in a rural community who does 50 calls a year and maybe doesn't have any competitors or maybe has one competitor, it's going to be totally different than someone in a medium to large size city that has multiple competitors and a much greater market or greater death rate. So that's why I said, depending on the market, first of all, and really whatever you've been currently doing is kind of getting your current market share. So all the different things and whether you're doing a good job at it or not, it's getting you the business that you're currently getting. So unless you totally change that, I would recommend to add on to that, I would look at Google AdWords, because we're trying to really pick off the undecided people, kind of like the election. You've got your, in the States, you've got your diehard Democrats and your diehard Republicans, and it's the undecided people in the middle. And really, it's kind of the same for funeral business, where there's going to be the people that almost always go to one funeral home and the other people that always go to the other. But really, to increase your market share, first of all, you want to get the undecided people first, and then after that, you're just going to slowly erode the competitors, their market base. But so we're kind of going after the same people as the politicians. We're going after the undecided people, and those undecided people go to two places. They go to Google and they go to the Yellow Pages. Now, they're probably going to Google 5 times as often as the Yellow Pages. So first of all, you want to make sure that your website ranks well. Even if it does, it doesn't, especially for someone who's going to spend $1,000 to $2,000 on a cremation, or $3,000 to $5,000 to $7,000 to $10,000 on a funeral. It's okay to spend a few extra dollars to get those clicks to ensure you get that business. Because as you know, once that business is gone, it's gone forever. So if we lose that call, we've lost it. Now, you could probably thinking, Rob, Yellow Pages is passé. And you know what? Until they stop delivering the Yellow Pages, there's going to be a small amount of people that use it. And so when people say that the Yellow Pages aren't effective, it's, first of all, I would look at the ads, because probably the ads aren't effective, first off, because if people are going there, you still have a chance. So inside the Yellow Pages, you want to make sure that you stand out. And I would recommend having more of a call to action, not the business card type ad in there, or a brochure where it just has your logo as the headline and talks about how long you've been in business for. You need to change that around, and you need to have a client-focused headline, a bunch of bullets that are all about how you're going to help that family honor their loved one, and those things. You don't need to say, maybe in the fine print you can say how long you've been in business for, and how big the parking lot is, and stuff like that. What you really want is to be focused on what's important to them. And it's not how long that you've been in business for, it's how you're going to look after them and their loved one. And then at the bottom, you want to have a call to action where you're going to say, instead of just your phone number and a link to your homepage, that these people, or the people that you want to reach on the Yellow Pages, and same with Google AdWords, is you want to really separate the people who are maybe just looking for directions of a funeral home, because that's not going to win you any money. It's not going to get you any new calls. So you want to focus on the people who are in that need of death, that kind of that zone, and they need assistance. So I would say download our free funeral planning checklist at yourfuneralchapel.com/checklist, or watch our free video at yourfuneralchapel.com/free video. And what you're doing in both of those circumstances is you're pulling them away from where all your competitors are, and you're pulling them into your own category, and you're having a very specific conversation with them. You've heard me talk about this before. Robert Collier says you want to enter the conversation already going on in their mind. So if it's someone who's needing help with an immediate death, a death that's happened or just about to happen, and you can be helpful, there's all these other ads saying, hey, we've been in business for 120 years, and or we offer the best service. And then there's all that noise and clutter. And then there's this one ad that says, hey, you can get a free resource guide here, download it, here, then you're pulling that, that will, if they're in that zone and if they're looking for help, you're going to pull them off of the yellow pages or off of Google onto your site. And then you're starting to build that trust factor with them and educate them. And hopefully then your landing page is going to convert better or convert well, and then make that relationship. And hopefully they phone you. And speaking of phoning you, you want to make sure both in your yellow pages and if possible in your AdWords that you use a tracking phone number to make sure that these can be tracked. For pre-need, I would say you can still use direct mail. I'm going to answer some more questions about direct mail coming up. And so you can target people with direct mail. Again, you want to be very specific with a call to action that drives them to, one more step down the path or one more step further down the funnel. And then another thing that's pretty new, and you're going to hear more from me coming up, and we're going to talk about this at the conference, is what we call remarketing. And AdWords does this, and it's like stalking. And it's pretty cool, where when you go to a certain website, and what they've done is they set a code or a tracking cookie on their site if you land on a certain page. And then as you continue on, searching, and maybe you're on like some news site or some sports site or somewhere else, some celebrity gossip site, these ads can kind of track people around. So how it would work brilliantly in funeral service is, we've got all this traffic coming to our obit page, and there was a study done a few years ago by homesteaders that said that of the people that they surveyed who bought their funeral insurance policy, they had attended a funeral within 6 months. Half of them had attended a funeral in the 6 months prior to them doing that. So if that's the case, if it really takes them to go to a funeral to kind of get jarred with their own the reality of their own mortality, then that's going to be kind of on their mind. So these little remarketing ads or stalker ads can kind of slowly give them the hints that, you don't want these banner ads popping up. Your friend died and you're going to die soon. You don't want to do that, but you want to just say, maybe a little bit softer ad, are you prepared? Have you made your pre-arrangements? 75% of the population fail to do this, and really it's quite easy. Then download our free resource or watch our free video and pull them off those pages. So you're going to hear more from me about remarketing, but I think it's a great way to harness that mass amount of traffic that we get to our funeral home websites for obits and condolences. And then you can kind of follow those people on, and you can set it for 30 days or 60 days or what have you.